working for the people of the Great High Plains. Straight talk, straight facts, straight to you. This is the News 4 Weekend Report.
Good evening, I'm Holly Weymouth. An Amarillo family is homeless tonight after a devastating fire. Firefighters were on the scene within minutes, but the blaze was already out of control. Now, the family is trying to pick up the pieces. Michael Chisholm has the story.
You work all your life for something, and then it doesn't take but 3 minutes for it to go up in smoke. It's really devastating.
Devastation is really the only way to describe what the Skaggs are facing after a blaze destroyed their home and almost everything in it. The fire was discovered by 4-year-old Sean.
So I told him to go to his room and play, and when he did, he come back running into the front room and told me that his closet was on fire.
After calling 911, Georgia got the kids out of the house and drove to a neighbor's house. Within minutes, the home was engulfed by flames. Only their Bibles and a few knickknacks remain. Even though the home is a total loss and was uninsured, the Skaggs haven't lost their hope. They hope to build another home here as soon as possible.
This is all I have is the land, you know. So that's about all I can do is just try to get another house and put it here and do it again.
Already several neighbors and friends have been by to offer help, but the Skaggs are in need of even more. Michael Chisholm, News 4.
A family member is setting up a fund to help the Skaggs get back on their feet. For more information, call 359-8614. In other news, you've heard about traveling circuses. Well, what about a traveling museum? That's the treat some Amarillo folks experienced at the Discovery Center this weekend. Arnel DiMendal has more.
It's got the usual museum stuff, old pictures, maps and photographs. It's even got a tour guide showing kids how Texas was and is and what may be in store for the future. Until you realize you're actually in a box. Well, a trailer, really. This is the Mobile Museum of Texas, a rolling heritage center that travels up and down the state. Its purpose, spark children's interest in Texas history.
They all come in expecting not to touch things. When we tell them they can touch, they just go crazy. It's great for them. It's just they can't believe we can put so many things in such a small trailer.
In fact, as much as 150 objects pack this mobile heritage house, and the collection keeps on growing.
Well, one of the more interesting displays here is this magic mirror. It enables kids to see how they look like at a particular time in Texas history. There you go, that's me.
The hands-on approach offers a unique style in museum exhibits, something kids really enjoy.
There were a whole lot of neat things inside.
Did you enjoy it?
Uh-huh. I learned that we live in the Panhandle and that we grow corn and we grow cotton.
Curators say this rolling heritage center could increase the regular attendance at the museum it's at, but by the looks of it, it's quite a show on its own. Arnel DiMendal, News 4.
Looks like a lot of fun out there. Turning to national news now, thousands of women gather in Washington, D.C. today to launch a nationwide campaign to stop violence against women. The National Organization for Women, or NOW, and over 400 other women's rights groups gathered on the Mall in Washington, D.C. They hope to broaden the awareness of the vast number of violent attacks on women. Dozens of renowned speakers are on hand to share real-life stories and speak out against violence. Thousands of T-shirts adorning the mall represent reported violent attacks on women. Each color represents a different type of attack. A suicide attack in the Gaza Strip has left 7 Israelis dead and at least 45 injured. There were 2 attacks directed at Israelis in the Gaza Strip today. Both bombings have been blamed on the militant Islamic group Hamas. Today's deaths occurred in an apparent suicide car bomb attack on a bus near a Jewish settlement. The bus was carrying Israeli soldiers and settlers. Many Israeli politicians have blamed the PLO for not doing enough to control Hamas. Since April of last year, at least 65 Israeli soldiers and civilians have been killed in suicide attacks.
Coming up next on News 4.
They've got the look. Local models compete for top honors and a gamble to benefit diabetes. Stay with us.
News straight to you with Holly Wayment, meteorologist Jim Danner, and Dennis De La Pena, sports. This is News 4 at 5:30. Straight talk, straight facts, straight to you. This is News 4.
Bikers revved their engines today to fight diabetes. Hundreds of Harley-Davidson cycle owners paid $5 to drive across the city and play poker at the same time. Rich Vaughn reports the bikers not only want to win a card game, they want to help find a cure.
The contest started out at S&S Cycle on Amarillo Boulevard. This is where the bikers drew their first card of a 5-card poker hand.
I'm already going for the worst hand.
Others did better. Lauren Love drew a King of Hearts. He was more than ready to take off and try to win a cash prize for the best poker hand.
A beautiful sunshine, good day to ride a motorcycle. This is for a good cause, that never hurts. Mostly any excuse to go for a ride.
Bikers are raising money for the American Diabetes Association. One of those who is saddling up on the bikes today says this is one brotherhood that likes to help others out.
The motorcycle fraternity just really sticks together on these things. And they, you know, and there comes a charity that needs to be handled or looked at or something, they'll call them the motorcycle fraternity. We all show up, as you can see. It's just, there's just a bunch of good people in it, and there's doctors, lawyers, and engineers, and janitors like myself.
The bikers rode toward Bushland and back to the city, picking up cards along the way. Cash prizes were given to those with the best poker hand. Gail Perry helped organize today's diabetes fundraiser. Her diabetic brother, also a biker, died from the disease.
I feel like he's smiling down and saying, all right, they're doing it for diabetes.
We have family that has diabetes, so we need to do our part if we can.
Poker run organizers say with just the entry fee alone, they have raised $1,500 for their cause. Rich Vaughn, News 4.
Some area young ladies got the chance to strut their stuff at Westgate Mall today. It's the LA Looks Model Search. More than 200 girls and women ages 12 to 24 competed. Out of the 200 young women, only 20 make the final cut. One prospective model hopes this search will further her career.
Yeah, well, I want to start out modeling and start getting money for modeling, and then later on in life, I want to be an actress.
This modeling agent says Amarillo was chosen as the site for the competition because local women are known for their beauty.
And I said Texas and Kansas and Oklahoma, Colorado, all around this panhandle area. I don't know why, but they really are beautiful.
The winner of today's competition advances to Hollywood for a chance at a $100,000 contract.
Next on News 4, Jim Danner's weather report. Then after weather,
meet Texas's top dog. Spotty even has a presidential pedigree. Keep it here.
Upper-level storm systems moving towards the area, bringing some clouds and some very cold air parts of Colorado this afternoon. We take a look at the spin in the clouds here across the Four Corners area. All these clouds up here in Colorado are snow-bearing clouds and have temperatures in the 20s, even some teens further north into parts of Wyoming. And the snow continues. We got half-mile visibility up at Colorado Springs, also up at Denver with the snow, while it's rain as you get into northwestern Kansas as the cold air has not quite made it there yet. You can see our sunshine here in the central panhandle with some light showers trying to pop up here across northeast New Mexico in the extreme western parts of the Texas panhandle. Composite radar summary, and here's the snow. All this light blue up here. And you see some of the light rain extending down towards the south, although most of this is not touching the ground. Then more snow and rain starting to develop across central parts of New Mexico. All this is moving off towards the east. I think southwest Kansas, parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle, will see the rain develop tonight and switch over to snow by tomorrow morning. Could see a little bit of a light accumulation across extreme southwest Kansas before temperatures start to warm back up by tomorrow afternoon. National satellite picture, and again, this spin in the clouds here across the west. Some more thunderstorms across the Midwest where they saw quite a bit of strong activity yesterday. Then you see the southeast, very mild and a lot of sunshine down there as well. Kind of unusual this time of year where you see a lot of thunderstorm activity developing along the southeastern coast of the United States. National radar summary, and big thunderstorms now across northern Iowa moving towards Wisconsin and southern Minnesota, and some shower and thunderstorm activity also across the northeastern parts of the United States. Southern tier states pretty dry. There's that snow again across Colorado. Take a look at the cloud cover across the area this afternoon, and it's all low clouds in the dark gray. These are the higher clouds which are producing the snow further towards the north into Colorado and parts of northern New Mexico. There's the dry line, but despite the fact that there's a lot of moisture around and temperatures are fairly warm, not getting much in the way of any thunderstorm activity simply because the atmosphere is still capped, and that's why we didn't get the thunderstorm activity here in the Panhandle yesterday afternoon as well. Temperatures in the 70s here in the central Panhandle, then it cools off quickly. It looks like 28 degrees right now up at Colorado Springs, 32 over at Trinidad, 57 at Clayton. Then but on the head of the front, temperatures near 90 degrees from Lubbock down to Midland, 96 degrees right now for the temperature that liable to be the hot spot in the country down at Laredo. Temperatures across the high plains, we're at 73, 64 up at Dalhart. Then you can see the 80s coming in from Tucumcari Cary down to Clovis over to Lubbock. And some cooler temperatures after we saw 94 degrees at Altus yesterday. They're at 72 right now, 86 degrees down at Abilene. Here come the cooler temperatures up towards the north. Elkhart and Liberal in the upper 40s. Right now in Amarillo, we're looking at a lot of sunshine, 73 degrees. The dew point is at 30. That puts the relative humidity at 20%. Pressure's at 29.40 and falling. Those winds out of the southeast at 17 miles an hour. Started out this morning at 47, made up to 74 this afternoon. Your normals are 40 and 70 with a record low of 18 degrees. That was set in 1973 with 86 degrees, the record high in 1934. Dew points, a lot of moisture moving up into Oklahoma, Arkansas, and northeast Texas, and that's where we're going to see a chance for some severe thunderstorm activity tomorrow as that front continues its push towards the east. We are still kind of dry here, but not as dry as what we saw yesterday, and those 40-degree dew points starting to move into southwest Kansas, far northeastern Panhandle. Could see some shower and even some thunderstorm activity in this area tonight, and then the snow switching over after midnight there across southwest Kansas. Severe risk area tomorrow, taking it from east Texas all the way up into eastern Missouri, covering all of Louisiana, Arkansas, most of Mississippi for tomorrow. Quite a few thunderstorms expected to break out, especially in the daytime heating tomorrow afternoon. The front will make it into northeast Texas tomorrow, and then once again the darker green where we see a better chance for the thunderstorm activity. And then we'll see a break and then some light rain and even some snow early morning hours up across our northern counties. Lows tonight dropping down into the mid to upper 40s here in the central Panhandle. Still some 50s hanging in down towards the south and east. Tomorrow's highs will not move much. Looking for highs in the mid and upper 40s to the north. And then there's those 60s and 70s down to the southeast. Look at your forecast then for tonight. Increasing cloudiness, breezy and cool with a low down to 48. We'll have west winds at 20 to 30 miles an hour and gusty. For tomorrow then, partly cloudy, windy and mild. 55 degrees for your afternoon high with those northwest winds at 20 to 30 and gusty. Tomorrow night then, mostly cloudy, cool, 29. Going to have one of those freezes coming up, so we're going to have to watch out for tomorrow night. And that extended forecast, keeping it cool for Tuesday. We warm back up in the 70s by Wednesday, and then 80s again by Thursday and Friday. So this is going to be a brief bout with some winter-like weather, at least across our northern counties for tonight.
And it's really dipping down there on Tuesday.
Yeah, it really is. So watch closely on that.
Okay, thanks,
right.
Jim. Coming up next in sports, many happy returns. NBA title contenders look to return to postseason festivities. And a certain tennis legend looks to return for another helping of Wimbledon strawberries and cream. Dennis is in next. Stick around.
Yes, the Masters just finished up. Ben Crenshaw, the 1995 champ, but we can't show you highlights of that until 10 o'clock. What better way to tide you over, though, than with a veritable basketball buffet? The main course, a little Michael Jordan surprise. We take it out to the hard court, and the Cavaliers playing good, solid ball. John Williams with the dunk. Surprise, Michael. They're here to play. They're here to win. Jordan would have a few tricks up his sleeve, though. You remember this? The steal, the keeper, the jam. Jordan with a modest 21 on the day. Fratello, excuse me, sir, you can't do this again. You can't beat us. Down by 4, he drains the 3. Bulls within 1. That sets this up. No dice. MJ would come out on the short side this time. 79-78, the final score. Next stop, Pacers, Hornets. And Larry Brown knows you got to stop Larry Johnson early on. Impossible, especially when the big man's draining the 3 ball. LJ would finish with a game-high 24, but his teammates wouldn't help. Pacers wouldn't help things either. Here, Miller with the leaner. Crowd goes wild. That's it. Crowd goes wild. Indiana scores 97. Charlotte, a franchise low 68. That's your final, 97-68 Indy. NBA round 3, Celtics, Bullets. Chris Ford concerned, and why not? Big George Murison going crazy there. The turnaround jump hook. The 7-7 man putting it in the hole. He didn't even jump, folks. He'd have 30, a career-high 30. Wouldn't be enough, though. Celtics go on to win 110-98. Last NBA stop, Bucks and Hawks. And look at the Buck ball movement. Oh, that's so nice. So nice, it makes you want to just lick your old man. No, sit down. She'd lick herself. Speaking of lickings, how about Eric Murdoch? He makes it 97-95. Milwaukee, later Atlanta with a chance. That's not what you're looking for in a last-second shot. Bucks win it, 102-99. A couple other afternoon games, one still going on. Houston is down by 2 to Denver in the second. Phoenix and Portland finish up. Phoenix getting the best of that. Some NHL scores quickly through it. Boston a winner over Buff. Detroit 4-1 over Chicago. The Stars won tonight. We'll have highlights at 10. New Jersey over the Rangers, and Anaheim, those mighty Ducks over Los Angeles in the first. Larry Holmes, he was the world heavyweight champion from 78 to 1980, then again from 1980 to 1985. But last night in Las Vegas, Holmes was simply outdated. Kind of like that milk carton. You see him, the champ, up against Oliver McCall, and then up against the ropes early on. This is for the WBC heavyweight title late last night. But then Holmes shows why he was the champ all those years. Some nice fisticuffs, keeping things interesting, but it wouldn't be enough. Larry loses the close unanimous decision, his last decision as a boxer.
You know, when he jabbed, I would jab. We were doing everything together. I was countering inside. And, you know, we was about even all the way because when he throw, I would throw. So it was staying even with him. And, you know, he landed a couple good punches early. And maybe that's what, you know, swayed the judges. So, you know, he fought a good fight. I fought a good fight. He was a little stronger. Didn't mean tonight, so that's the way it goes.
Face is looking a little puffy there. Now, if Larry Holmes takes his retirement tips from Martina Navratilova, odds are we'll see him soon. You see, Martina, the 38-year-old tennis legend, is apparently headed back to Wimbledon this year. But Martina's return is not going to be of the singles variety. She plans to play doubles with top-ranked Steffi Graf. Apologies to the rest of the women's field there. Navratilova, of course, retired from tournament play at the end of last year. On page 1 of her lengthy tennis resume, 5 Wimbledon doubles titles. A racing stop, the NASCAR First Union 400, and what you're looking at right there is the winning car belonging to one Mr. Dale Earnhardt. He takes the checkered flag. Jeff Gordon and Mark Martin finish second and third, respectively. And we leave you this evening, sports fans, with a bit of birthday trivia. Our subject is 30 years old today. It's hosted 2 Major League Baseball All-Star games, 1 NBA All-Star contest, an NCAA Final Four, and 3 heavyweight championship fights. Here's the gimme clue. This Texas structure used to have an electronic scoreboard 4 stories tall. Can you name it, Holly?
I think something's telling me maybe it's the Astrodome.
Holly, you're a sports fan. Astrodome, 30 years old today. It's given us a lot of sports pleasure through the years.
So Martina is back. Is that the trend now?
She's back. That is the trend. Hopefully Larry won't do it, though. His face was looking a little puffy there.
They retire and come back and make more money.
That's right. A lot of money to be had, huh?
Thanks, Dennis.
You know it.
Still ahead tonight, Jim Danner has your extended forecast. And meet the first dog of Texas. Stick around for details. Cooler temperatures ahead.
Yeah, cooler at least for a couple of days, then we warm right back up into those spring-like temperatures. Tonight, we'll look for those lows dropping down into the 40s, even some lower 50s down across the southeast panhandle, and could even see some of that rain slowly switch over to some snow after midnight tonight, and then that's across southwest Kansas and the northern Oklahoma panhandle. Tomorrow's highs will not rebound much, still remaining in the 40s to the north, still and coming in some 70s down across the southeast panhandle. Alta's 72 degrees in that extended forecast. As we put the temperatures into the 50s on Tuesday is all, then back up quickly into the 70s by Wednesday, and 80-degree temperatures by Thursday and Friday. So short-lived, but this time of year, the cooler it comes, it doesn't last long.
Now, we think Tuesday will be cold, but last year in April, you were telling me?
Yeah, end of April last year we had snow, so this is actually pretty nice.
Okay, thanks,
You
Jim. When newly elected Governor George Bush moved his family from Dallas to Austin, the family pets went too. That includes the first pooch of Texas. Meet Spotty, an English Springer Spaniel. Her home is the governor's mansion in Austin. She has plenty of room for a workout chasing a tennis ball. Spotty has a unique pedigree. Back in 1989, Spotty was born in the White House. Here's proud mother of 5 years ago. You may recognize her. She's Millie, the family dog of former President George Bush and his wife, Barbara. That's our show. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
News 4 is a production of KAMR-TV, Amarillo.